The arrival of the Kansas City Chiefs in Colorado before their pivotal clash with the Denver Broncos was nothing short of a spectacle. But not because of the usual pregame hype or the anticipation of another chapter in the storied AFC West rivalry. The moment the team's chartered plane touched down at Denver International Airport and the doors cracked open to the brisk Colorado air, a ripple of electricity shot through the assembled media and waiting fans. It wasn't just the anticipation of football or the hope for another Mahomes miracle. It was Travis Kelce who effortlessly stole the spotlight, his every move a masterclass in confidence and charisma. As the Chiefs' logistics crew hustled to unload gear and staffers barked instructions, a hush fell over the spectators. One by one, players descended the stairs in the expected parade of team hoodies, sweatpants, and branded sneakers, their faces set in the focused expressions of men on a mission. Then, there was a pause, a collective intake of breath as Travis Kelce emerged at the top of the steps, towering above the runway in a display that would have brought a smile to the face of any legendary fashion designer. Kelce's outfit was a collision of color and attitude, a living contradiction to the muted gray of the Colorado sky. His puffer jacket was a visual symphony. Electric blue shoulders blazed against the neon green of the chest, which, in turn, dove into a deep, blazing orange at the waist. The jacket seemed to defy the cold, radiating warmth not just in its insulation, but in its unapologetic boldness. It was more than outerwear, it was a statement, a flag planted for self-expression in a league famous for its tight playbooks and unspoken dress codes. But Kelce didn't stop there. His pants were a riot of vertical rainbow stripes, a nod to the extravagance of 1970s glam rockers and the fearless energy of street-style icons. Pink, purple, yellow, orange, green, each band of color marched down his legs like a parade. The kind of look that would have drawn stares on Broadway, let alone a chilly airport tarmac. Beneath it all, a sleek black turtleneck offered a touch of restraint, toning down the exuberance with just enough classic cool to remind everyone that this was still a professional athlete with a sharp sense of aesthetic balance. A pair of thick, jet-black sunglasses completed the look, giving Kelce the aura of a movie star who just happened to moonlight as the most dominant tight end in football. He carried a supple black leather travel bag in one hand, a gleaming silver suitcase trailing easily behind him in the other. Every stride was measured, controlled, yet dripping with effortless swagger. The cameras, of course, couldn't look away. Every angle, every shot, seemed to capture not just a player but a moment, the intersection of sport, fashion, and culture. For the kids squeezed against the barriers, Kelce was larger than life. They called his name, waving and jumping, and he answered with that trademark grin, melting the autumn chill just a little. Even his teammates, seasoned pros who have seen Kelce's style evolution up close, couldn't help but react. Patrick Mahomes, forever quick with a joke, burst out laughing at the sight, nudging a nearby coach and declaring that only Kelce could pull off such an ensemble and still look ready for the front page of a magazine. The team's equipment manager, usually unfazed by celebrity antics, was overheard saying he'd seen NBA stars and musicians try to make an entrance, but Kelce just had something different. In a sport obsessed with conformity, the right cleats, the right pregame rituals, the unspoken rules of the locker room, Kelce's fashion sense is a breath of fresh mountain air. He has, over the years, made airport arrivals and locker room entrances into his own kind of runway. Where others might worry about standing out, Kelce thrives on it. It's not just about clothes. It's about attitude, about the courage to be seen and the joy of making others smile, even if only for a moment. His teammates know it. His coaches know it. And after today, so does every fan in Denver who caught a glimpse of the Chiefs' arrival. But this isn't just the story of a fashion-forward athlete making waves on a travel day. Kelce's boldness is woven into the very DNA of his game. He plays with the kind of creative fearlessness that mirrors his style choices, improvising routes, breaking tackles, and celebrating with moves that make every highlight reel. He's as likely to break the mold with a look as he is to break a defense with a one-handed catch. His confidence is infectious, and it has become part of the Chiefs' identity, a team unafraid to try the unexpected, led by stars who embrace individuality. As the Chiefs prepared for their showdown against the Broncos, the media buzzed with speculation. Would Kelce's show-stopping outfit inspire another dominant performance on the field? Would his attitude set the tone for a team battling for playoff position in a tightly contested AFC race? For the players, Kelce's arrival was an injection of energy, a reminder that football is supposed to be fun even when the stakes are sky high. For the fans, it was a moment to savor, a reminder that superstars are, after all, meant to shine. Not everyone in the NFL dares to be different. Uniformity is prized, and the spotlight can be unforgiving. But Kelce's long since made peace with the attention, using it as a platform for self-expression and positivity. He's quick to support his teammates, quick to flash a smile for a young fan, quick to turn any space, a stadium tunnel, a hotel lobby, an airport runway, into a place where confidence rules and joy is contagious. The Denver arrival was only the latest example of Kelce using fashion as a language, a way to say, I'm here, I'm ready, and I'm unapologetically myself. The story of the Chiefs in Colorado is still being written. The team has business to take care of, a game that could define their season, a chance to prove their mettle against a divisional rival. But before a single whistle blows, Travis Kelce has already scored a different kind of victory, one measured not in yards or touchdowns, but in the sheer force of personality. As the city of Denver settles in for a week of football fever, the image of Kelce striding down the stairs will linger, a flash of color, a burst of energy, a reminder that in a world often dominated by sameness, it's the courage to stand out that inspires the most. And whether the Chiefs walk away with the win or battle to the wire, their arrival in Colorado will be remembered as the day fashion. Fun and football collided in the form of one unforgettable entrance. The cameras may have come for the team, but they left obsessed with a single man's style, proving once again that sometimes the most important statement is made before the game even begins.
Tell me a little bit about just the overall atmosphere at Lambeau Field. What is that like playing here?
Oh, man.
From an opposing standpoint?
Yeah, playing here, the atmosphere is difficult on multiple levels, especially this late in the year. It's going to be freezing today, which I always like playing in the cold. I don't know if that's being from Cleveland, and it kind of brings you back to playing with your friends out during Thanksgiving and the colder months and when the playoffs start. So it feels like football weather to me. So I always loved coming here later in the year, except for that one game in 2014 where you guys absolutely killed us. But the fans are into it. They're ruckus, they're loud, they're also unbelievably kind, which is a fun atmosphere when you have people all fired up and being kind at the same time. And it's a great place. And I was fortunate to get a tour yesterday at Lambeau, get some of the history of it. We've been having some fun. So I'm looking forward to taking in my first game as a spectator and a fan and a broadcaster for sure.
How iconic is Lambeau? Just so you mentioned you got to do the tour yesterday, and it really is something to behold the history of it and just where it is.
I also think the Green Bay organization, they do a great job of highlighting it. Like, they've done a phenomenal job of having the